I do.
Can you
Yeah.
talk about what it was like to get your first adult business card?
Oh my God, yeah. So I didn't have a business card at my previous company, even though
Yeah,
I was the director of operations there, right?
yeah,
But here, and it happens like that because like you start off in their eyes at a certain level, and even when
yeah,
you develop in a certain place, you never really they still see you in that way as like not lowly, but just kind of like, oh, we know you, we ask you for everything, but we also ask you for everything. Can you please go to
yeah,
the toilet? You
Yeah.
know, stuff like that. But getting your first business card, I think here I got my first office and my first business card. You know, and like that was like the executive assistant of my boss reached out to me and was like, "Oh, like here's a few different design options. Pick which ones you want. There's some that have texture. There's some that don't." Like she gave me the whole rundown, and I just thought it was such a. I was like, "Wow! Like I'm a senior manager. Like this is real, you know. Like I'm gonna have a team and have to work on their career development. It really started like confirming a lot of my not power, but just like the hierarchy and the position that I'm in, you know, and the responsibility I have to my employees to make sure that I'm doing a good job. But it just like it felt very adult, and, it's a video game company, so our cards are pretty fucking sick. Not gonna lie,
yeah.
you know, like it's like got like fucking planets on it and like
Oh
rockets and
man.
shit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, like this is like I feel confident handing this out to someone if I were at a networking event or a conference or like just out in public or whatever, you know. It's like it made me feel good, you know. But at the same time, I will say it's not what you learn as you get older and as you mature is that it's not just about the business card, right? It's so much more than that, and it's like
It's about who's handing it out.
yeah, it's about for me. It's like when rubber meets the road. Like, are you able to rise to the occasion? It's like I mean, the Olympics just happened, right? And I love that conversation about mental health and everything is happening, and it's super important. But life has a lot of moments where like it is sink or swim, you know, and a lot of people don't have the luxury to bow out, you know, and it's so important that we start to change that that privilege, right? But it's you know I feel very grateful and blessed to be in the position I am, but I also know that like, you know, there's other options out there, right? And people like we can't feel stuck in wherever we are. That's like my big thing. So the business card it confirms for me my position and my title, and it was awesome. But it also recognizes for me that like, you know, your name is not on the top of this business card, right? You're still working for the man whose name is on the top of this business card.
Yeah.
But like I think as I get older, my definition of success changes. Like
Totally.
when we're young, like I remember being like millions of dollars and like big houses,
Paying hot
fountains.
chicks.
Yeah.
18-year-olds forever.
I don't know about that, but
Yeah.
like
Oh my God.
It was a different time. It was a different time.
Yeah.
It was a different time. All right.
Yeah.
But like as I get older, I'm like I have so like in my schooling, I went back and got my master's, and I had an opportunity to take some money for like a 50-hour a week, no vacation. Like you grind it out for a few years and you'll make some good money. And I remember it like talking with Kate about it and just being like, I remember driving through a nice neighborhood and being like, do you want this? And she's like, and having that conversation of like, no, because it's so much like, what's the point?
Mhm.
So like, I find that my like having cool things like your business card is dope, and like friends that are buying nice new trucks is dope. But like, I feel like really as you get older, having some intentionality and like figuring out when your dreams are turning into nightmares and like
Yes.
being like, all right, let's go ahead and change that. Like like Eric, you spoke earlier about like being a bartender and like being in that world and loving it. and then slowly as the years go by, you're like, is this what I thought I would be doing 5 years from now? And
Yeah, it's like,
and can I see myself doing this 5 years from now?
yeah, it's
Like,
just,
how is that? How did that change for you come about, going from like, I love my job, to like, I gotta go?
yeah, one word: hangovers. That's the
Dude,
key
they're
difference,
so
all right?
bad. They're
I
bad.
also,
That's a key difference.
but Eric, I also think it's like friends getting older as well, and the people that going out to the bars or would normally be there are not there, and the crowd is younger again, and it's like the cycle of like crowds getting older and phasing out, and then like new crowds coming in, and partying with like younger people, and realizing that you're older and like you can't hang like them.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
think
it's just like, like you're right. It's just like I'll go to the same bars, and the only same faces I'll see are people who still work in the industry, right? And I mean, I'm an ageist. I don't discriminate against age. I hang out with anybody as long as you're over 18 with a fake ID. It's as long as you're of legal age. And it's everybody grows up. If Although I will say, like, because right now what does pay the bills is I work in a ramen restaurant which plays anime. The money that I make at this restaurant is significantly lower than what I used to make in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was making good money and I had health insurance. And I gave all that up to talk to my friends online and work in a ramen restaurant that plays anime, and just like the food at the restaurant's great. I like it. But I enjoy the people that work there, and talking to people about anime is just something that I really do enjoy, compared to like, it's not to say I don't like or didn't enjoy the frequent flux of tourists. I still enjoyed that. Yeah,
it's a whole but that's a whole different thing. It's like San Francisco
but,
tourist versus like hole in the wall Cape Town like spot.
I think they're real people. Like you.
Yeah.
I think what
I do miss the
fulfills
cuties
you
though.
has
The
changed.
cuties off that plane. It was I miss them a lot. But it's what was the name before I started thinking about cuties?
Talking about how you shifted, and you're like, like what
Fine dining
fulfills you has
Oh,
changed.
So like ramen.
Oh yeah, so like it's just like you just get a little older and you just want different things. Like I think I've always had the same goal, the same dream, to work in some sort of field where I'm entertaining and kind of teaching, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't really call it teaching, but like I'm always want to work in the field of entertainment somehow, writing, comedy. I mean, I guess YouTubing, so that has never changed. So when San Francisco kind of ran its course and there was nothing there for me anymore, because I was still working with nightlife and writing blogs and stuff, and I just kind of, like Lance said, saw the ceiling, and I was like, I'm either going to go 100% in the nightlife entertainment business, or I want something else. And I wanted something else. I wanted to not be stuck in that field. So that's when I realized one day when I woke up, I was like, I think I'm ready to move on and do something different that I want to do. Like, because my dream never changed, but how to achieve my goals and dreams did change. And it changed twice, because my initial method of wanting to do what I want to do compared to what happened post-COVID.